Hey, everybody, and welcome to Shopping with Shana. Did you realize that even though we just hit the month of November, Meijer is already starting back with their Santa Buck deals this weekend, November 7th through the 8th of 2025? I want to get into all this, but before we do, hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, hit all so you don't miss any of the videos that I post, and let me show you how this works.
Hey everybody, welcome to Shopping with Shana.
All right, guys. So let me explain real quick for those of you that are new to Meijer or are not familiar with the way that Santa Bucks works. This is a promotion that has been going on for the last several years. But back in the day, we actually had one extra Santa Buck. We had a 3 off on 15. They've eliminated that one last year. And now we start out with 4 different coupons. Now, the first one is a 5 off of anything $24.99 and higher. So you want to make sure that you're not buying something for $23.99. That $5 will not come off. It has to be $24.99. This is also not one of those things where you can accumulate to that point. So you can't buy like one $15 item and one $10 item and use a Santa Buck. The item itself must be $24.99 and higher. The second one is $49.99 and higher. You'll get $10 off with that Santa Buck. And again, same thing. You can't accumulate to that price. You have to have the item that much or more. There's $15 off when you spend or you buy a product that is $74.99 or more. And again, that is also going to be the sale price, not the original price. So if the sale price takes it below $74.99, you can't use the 15. And then the last one we have is the $99.99. You get $20 off. And this is going to apply on a lot of different things. So if you have a lot of products that are over $100, you're going to be able to apply the $20. I'm going to show you a lot of matchups today, but let's talk a little bit further about this coupon. So just a pre-warning, you can pre-clip this right now. So if you're watching this on Wednesday or Thursday, go ahead and pre-clip the coupon so it's ready to go and it's in your account. If you purchase all 4 products, let's say you purchase a $24.99 product, a $49.99 product, a $74.99 product, and a $99.99 product, and you shop and purchase them all in one transaction, all of those digitals should come off, no problem. Just double check that. Now, in the past, Meijer has had paper coupons that you could grab. They used to be inside our ads. Now everything has seemed to have gone digital, so you would be able to scan it that way. You will have to see when you go in store, will they have extra paper coupons that you can possibly pair with this? I am not sure. So let's say, for instance, I have 2 items and they're $24.99. One will come off with the digital, and then if there is a paper coupon that I can use, usually when you walk in the door, sometimes the checkout people will have extras with them, then you should be able to scan that paper coupon and get the $5 off this second product. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, again, you'll look at this, the details, for instance, in the $10 one, $10 off with coupon, it has to be general merchandise, apparel, shoes, or health and beauty care item that is $49.99 or more. And one other note with this is that food is not included. So you don't try to find something food-wise that is going to be included, food, drinks, that type of thing. It's just merchandise, apparel, shoes, or health and beauty care items. All right, let's talk about matchups. All right, so we do have this holiday ad. So I have picked a lot of items from this holiday ad. It's the hottest deals, but that doesn't mean that you are limited to just the items that are in the holiday ad. If you see a product that you want to purchase that is not necessarily in the holiday ad, but it falls under the guidelines of being more than that certain amount, you may use those Santa Bucks on that particular item. So this is just a small sampling of what you can do in this video here, and not necessarily an overall of everything that you can do. So let me show you how this works on items just by themselves that are in part of the holiday ad. All right, first deal I want to show you is a $24.99 item. So if you look, the Vively women's apparel in the holiday ad are regularly priced anywhere from $35 to $38, but they are on sale this week for $24.99. Because that hits our $24.99 threshold, $5 Santa Bucks will come off and it'll make whatever shirt you pick out or sweater at $19.99. Now, the Ninja Blast Blender is regularly priced at $69.99, but in the holiday ad, it's showing that it's on sale for $49.99 each. We also have $10 in Santa Bucks that would apply to this particular deal, and it would make this blender $39.99. Now, if you are in need of a vacuum, this is actually a really, really good deal. The Bissell vacuum cleaner is regularly priced anywhere from $128.99 to $129.99, but they're both on sale here for $99.99. That automatically hits that threshold, and we can use a $20 Santa buck to lower that cost down to $79.99. One more deal is the Keurig K Express single serve, regularly priced $109.99. The sale price, though, is going to take us under that $99.99, so we're not going to be able to use the $20 off, but it's right above this $74.99. So $79.99, we can use that $15 in Santa bucks, and now our final cost for this product is $64.99. Now, there's more deals that we can do. If you'll notice, and it's not the clearest picture, it's a little grainy there, where we have the sale price, $49.99 for this gourmet air fryer 6-quart, which is regularly priced at $84.99. We also have a $15 Catalina back when we make this purchase. So this is where we get these really, really sweet deals. So if you wait till this weekend and you buy this air fryer that's on sale for $49.99, you can use a $10 Santa buck, pay $39.99, and then you should receive a $15 Catalina at checkout. Now, this Catalina is a coupon that prints at the end. If you're not sure what Catalinas are, I actually have tutorial videos in the description box below that talk about what they are. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about, watch that video and it'll show you what it is. But anyway, it'll print after you check out, and it's basically like getting $15 in cash for Meijer. Now, yes, you can't go to another store and spend that money, but you can then go grocery shopping and buy your groceries and use that $15 Catalina to pay for those. So the final cost would be $24.99 for this air fryer. Now, interestingly enough, I am using my template from last year's Santa Bucks, and so I was able to see some deals from last year, and this deal is actually cheaper from last year. So last year, this was about $20 more, even after Santa Bucks and the coupon. So very interesting that it's a little bit cheaper this year. Next deal we have here is the Apple iPad A16. Now, these are regularly priced $349. Of course, we're obviously very clearly over that $100 or $99.99 threshold, so we can use $20 in Santa bucks. We would pay out of pocket $329, but there is a $60 Catalina generating when you purchase this product. So now that's going to bring our final cost down to $269 each. Now, one quick note is last year, this was the exact same price. Now, again, I'm taking into account that it may have updated editions because obviously last year there might have been a different edition. But as far as the basic product itself, it's actually the exact same price as it was last year, which is very interesting. Next deal we have here is the Apple AirPods 4. Now, last year we had the Generation 3. So again, when I'm doing the comparison, you have to take that into consideration. So these Apple AirPod 4 are $129 at the cheap end to $179 at the more expensive end. Obviously, we're over the $99 threshold, so we're going to get $20 in Santa bucks come off. It's going to make the cheapest one $109 and the more expensive one $159. So we can receive that $40 Catalina, which is a limited 2 times. It makes the final cost as low as $69 for some AirPods all the way up to $119. Now, this one's very interesting. So on the lower end, the $129 AirPods are actually cheaper than last year, but the $179 AirPods are actually more expensive because we had a larger Catalina that generated last year. So very interesting here. So depends on what you're wanting to get. You might get a better deal than you would have gotten last year. Another deal that we have is on TVs. And I'm just showing you two of the multiple deals on TV. So definitely go check out the ad yourself and you can do the math if you want some of these items. So one of the TVs is a TCL 65-inch 4K smart TV. These are regularly priced at $749.99. They're on sale for $379.99. Again, we can use that $20 in Santa bucks. Paid $359.99, and then there is a $25 Catalina that's generating when you purchase this product, making the final cost $334.99. Now, the TCL 55-inch 4K smart TV is regularly priced at $599.99 regular price, but it's going to be on sale for $279.99. $20 in Santa bucks brings us down to $259.99, and then a different $25 Catalina generates, giving us our final cost of $234.99. All right, next deal we have is on some Blink cameras. So these are outdoor cameras that you can use for the safety of your house. I'm actually quite interested in the second item because we don't have a doorbell, which is really kind of weird, but our house does not have a doorbell. So this might be a way to get us a doorbell. Anyway, the Blink Outdoor 3 camera is regularly priced $189.99. We can use $20 in Santa bucks and pay $169.99 plus a $30 Catalina is generating when you purchase this product, which makes the final cost $139.99. Now, the Blink Video Doorbell is regularly priced at $69.99. Of course, that qualifies to use the $10 Santa bucks. So our out of pocket is $59.99, and we're going to get a $15 Catalina to use on our next transaction, making the final cost at $44.99. Next deal we have is the Ninja Foodie Extra Large Pro Air Oven. Now, these are regularly priced at $379.99. They're on sale for $249.99. Plus, we have $20 in Santa bucks that we can use on this. So, out of pocket is $229.99. And there is a $30 Catalina that generates when you purchase this product. And so, it's going to make the product $199.99. Remember, the original price is almost $380. We're going to grab it for right around $200. All right, it wouldn't be Christmas without looking at toys. Now, there is another ad that we can look at on specifically toys. Some of these toys, if you want to find your cheapest with Santa bucks would be the under 30, but even some of those that are under 30 are below the $24.99 threshold. So you would have to look around, see if you can find some items. I have a couple of matchups for you, not too many, because obviously there's so many toys and there's so many that can attach, but I wanted to give you an idea of what to look for and how it works. So the first one was the first one on the picture on the last page, the Spirograph Deluxe Kit. Now these are regularly priced at $27.99, and we can use that $5 Santa bucks and grab it for $22.99. Then we have the Wicked Fashion Dolls. These are regularly priced at $25, and because they're literally 1 penny over that $24.99 threshold, we can use the $5 Santa bucks on this and pay just $20 on each one of these dolls. And then I actually thought this was kind of interesting. The Lincoln Logs 100th Anniversary 10, which obviously I can't spell there, is regularly priced at $49.99. Right there, a perfect threshold amount. We can use that $10 Santa bucks on and get these for $39.99. Now, how many of you did play with these as a kid? I actually didn't have Lincoln Logs, but I do remember going over to my grandparents' house and my mom had the Lincoln Logs and all the toys that she had from a kid, and I used to play with them all the time over at my grandparents' house. So this kind of has good memories for me, and I actually think it might be fun to buy these. I don't know if anybody will play with them but myself, but I remember really having a fun time building. All right, guys. So again, this is the holiday ad. It actually came to my house, so my kids have marked it up pretty good. But if you need to look at a clean copy, you can just go to Meijer.com and go to weekly ads. And then when you get to the very bottom, there's a food ad for the current week. There is a holiday ad that we looked at with a lot of those matchups of the Catalina coupons and things like that. You can look at that one. And then there's also this holiday gift guide for toys only. And you can click on any of those. Again, scroll all the way to the bottom of each ad and you can click on the next one to look at. So if you want to check out any of the best deals at Meijer, and then you can kind of compare how the Santa Bucks works with them, you can do that. If you have any questions about Santa Bucks, how it works, and your thoughts, let me know in the comments. There are a couple things that I'm interested in finding out again after this weekend is, are we going to have paper copies in store? If so, you're going to be able to buy multiple things at those different price points. If not, that's going to be very, very disappointing because that digital coupon will probably disappear once you use it. So if you want to get multiple items, you're going to probably need to do them in the same transaction. And if not, then you could only grab one item with the Santa Bucks for the certain price points, as opposed to grabbing multiples, which is what I've done in the past, and just use paper copies as many times as I needed. So anyway, those are my wonders and thoughts. Of course, I won't know for sure until Friday and we head into the store. If you absolutely know the details or anything, let us know in the comments below. Maybe you work at Meijer. Maybe you know more about Meijer than I do. Let me know in the comments about that, so that way we can all benefit from that prior knowledge before we walk into the store and start grabbing things. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't seen my video already for Walmart, I currently have out the event schedule. Go check that out. I'll link it at the very end of this video here. And then, of course, you can, be subscribed to the channel because I will be going through the ad preview. Well, it's not really going to be an ad, but all the deal items as soon as they become available, which that's going to start here in the next week. So get excited because it is coming up. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll be back with you with more deals later. Bye, guys.